So welcome back to the channel, fam. Hi, I'm Lita, and I still read cards. I just wanted to greet everyone and say that I hope that you've all stayed healthy and happy and have seen lots of growth and prosperity, especially into the new year. Happy New Year, Happy Lunar New Year. I know y'all haven't seen me, so I have to say all of those things, okay? I am currently positive COVID again, but it was more like baby COVID, so I'm pretty good. I'm just a little, in and out. You can hear I'm a little scratchy, but it's okay. I want to do a reading for you guys today, especially knowing that Valentine's Day is upon us. And I'm a Venusian, so I think I absolutely have to cover the topic. Today's topic is going to be, what kind of connection is this? And so that I feel the confusion that you are feeling about this topic, I have decided to use my most undefined decks, in my opinion, or the decks that cause me the most confusion. And in this way, I should be able to intuitively feel my way around, because when things are really confusing, it's because the universe is putting us in a position where you cannot rely on logic. You must rely on your intuition. So that's what we're going to do. We got 3 groups here. I Ching or Yi Ching. I'm not even going to say what each card means until after we get started, but this is going to be the card if you choose group 1, and the number is 44. If you choose group 2, this will be your card. Get a good look at it. The number will be 48. And if you choose group 3, this will be your card, and your number will be 60. Okay, let me show you the decks that I will be using. I'm going to use each deck in every reading, okay? We have the Maybe Lenormand. This is actually a really insightful Lenormand. It's just that the imagery is a little different, and sometimes I find it to be extremely insightful where I was confused before, and at other times I find it confusing. So that's why we'll be using deck 1, Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward. Deck 2 is going to be the Starseed Oracle. Now I know you guys see this deck all the time. But let's leave it, doesn't use it. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little confusing oracle to me. I don't know. It just doesn't talk to me like some of my other decks. Okay. And the last deck is going to be the Santa Muerte Oracle. This is a deck that I coveted for a very long time. And I'm just now starting to really catch the imagery. It's a little confusing, although it's beautiful. So I think that's perfect for a relationship that I'm assuming you feel something very powerful behind, something beautiful, but you just can't get your finger on it, right? So hopefully you will have made your choice by now. I'm not going to pre-deal each group because I want to have the cards available for each group. Y'all know I think cards need to be able to repeat most times, because honestly, when it comes to the collective, we're all mostly going through something very similar. There's just like a few groups of themes going on that everyone fits into. I remember when I first started reading, I just really could not get into collective reads. And as I've gotten older, I really understand it, and I've been enjoying a lot of collective readers in my hiatus. I just started to understand. I thought about, if you're watching, say, a Lifetime movie or a reality show or something. You know, even though these are each different characters and the storylines are different, most of us find ourselves relating to one of the storylines, okay, in a very close way. So in that moment, I started to understand that collective reads can be very, very accurate and specific, and yeah, so I'm starting to get that. But I just wanted to say I have seen a lot of talented readers in my hiatus, and I'm feeling very inspired. I hope that you guys are ready to roll with me. And if you are, let's just get on into it. And let's start with group number one. Okay. So group number one, let me move your card right here so that you can see it. The I Ching number is 44. The name of the card is Coming to Meet. It's Heaven Above and Wind Below. Okay, so let me explain the principle to you. Let me see if I can take the card out here and see if it helps you to understand what's going on in the picture more, while I'm also looking at the picture as I explain it to you. So heaven and earth are a fluid thing, okay, which is why you often hear people talking about as above, so below, okay? And to have a wind blowing underneath the heavens means that there is a wind stirring between heaven and earth, okay? So there's some sort of disturbance going on between heaven and earth. As you can see, it looks like there's something really sweeping through here. I actually really see this for some reason as a peacock. I see two things. I see a peacock and I see a fish above that. So what I think it is I think that something that's really throwing you off about this relationship or this person is something that has to do with showiness, or the lack of showiness, or a wealth of other suitors. Because I was going to say wealth, but it's not that. The fish in this one is really kind of saying that, like, heaven brought someone in to you, or they brought the two of you together, and there is definitely something that is breaking it apart. So either something or someone has your person's attention or your attention, and it could be the fact that your partner is showing off, you know, stunting for other people to gain other partners, or it could be that your partner is distracted by showy opponents. I don't want to say opponents, but disturbances, like pretty things are disturbing your partner. Okay, so we're going to start off with that mindset of what's going on with the connection so I can understand what kind of connection is this. I'm going to do two of these. Three of the Lenormand and one of the Saint Muerte oracles. And then let's see what kind of connection is this. So the first card I have is Big Picture Thinking. It's kind of going with my peacock distraction. It says Pleiades energy, visionary, or inspired ideas. But what I see is I see a gateway, and I see a lot of stars on the other side of this gateway. To me, this is representing, and actually the ground is planted into the ground, but the ground is not solid. What it's saying to me is that you all are in a relationship that is not quite grounded, and one of you actually sees an opportunity to go through this gateway to see other beautiful things, other beautiful stars. This gateway is representing the internet to me, okay, and the stars, the many stars of the internet. The second card that we have is All Paths Lead to Home, okay, and we have a maze, and you know, she's falling into the center. I'm not catch what that's dropping. We have birds, there it is. We have a dog, and we have the handshake. Okay, so I can tell you right now, you may be worried for no particular reason. Yeah, okay, because we have a warrior here, and I want to show you. Our warrior. Okay. All right, so let me just drop it for you quickly. Your person has the tendency to look. And there may even be some chattering online. Maybe some comments that are either dropped on your person's page or comments that you've seen them make. But this card right here is what really gave me an idea of what this connection is, because the all paths lead to home says inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. And then I saw these birds here, which said to me, yeah, there's some chatter going on. But the next card that I got was the dog. Okay. And the dog is extremely faithful. And then I have the dog running towards a partnership. This connection with number 44 and heaven and earth coming out together with an interference, I would say that this is something like a higher level soulmate connection. You two are home together. You two fit together. You two are meant to be together. No one had to bring you together. You two just are together. It doesn't matter where you two show up. If you both are there, you two are home together. But there is interference because one of you is a little too fucking friendly, just to be real. But there is a lot of self-discipline at hand. There is honor, there is loyalty, and this person stands on their laurels, okay? I want you to see that this person is solid. I'm going to take this shield to be a pentagram, to represent the earth. We have one in heart space as well. We have a pentacle in the heart space as well. This person stands their ground. They stand on their word. Their word is bond. And you can count on what they're saying. You can count on the feelings that they're expressing. This person is loyal to you, but they are distracted, and the distraction is very powerful. I'm not going to look up for cards for advice, but what I will say is there needs to be a real discussion that's had about interferences in a relationship. And please be sure to lead with the idea that you understand that your partner is faithful, and you figure out the many reasons why your intuition is saying that your person is faithful. It's your logic that's saying that your person isn't faithful, and your logic is not necessarily wrong. It just doesn't see the full picture of things, okay? But logic is important. And when you logically have this conversation, you need to let your person know that these distractions are too much. Okay? And they're causing home not to feel like home anymore. All right? But what kind of connection is this? This is a strong ass connection. This is a grounded connection. It's a connection that is built on honor and loyalty and what is the word? What is the word? What is the word? Hold on, I'm gonna ask my daughter, Samika, what? Oh, commitment. Never mind. It came to me. Commitment. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, group number 1. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below, good and or bad. And let's move right on into group number 2. So group number 2. Here's your card. Hopefully you can see this. There we go. I'll let you get a good look at it while I look up the name of your card. Your card is 48. I know which one this is, and it's just not coming to me. Oh, I do know the well, okay? The well is water above, okay, and wind below. Okay, so I don't know if this makes sense to you when you think about water being on top and wind being beneath, but to have water on top means that the wind is not moving beneath. The wind is stifled, and the well means that it's very, very deep and it does not move or change, okay? So what kind of connection is this? This is a very stable connection. Most likely it is a long lasting connection. I'm not sure if it's that you all have been together for a long time or if it is pointing to the fact that you two will be together for a long time, but there is definitely a wealth of emotions that do not stir or change. But with wind being underneath it, I never quite understand why is wind underneath the water. And well, maybe just so that the water can be moved. Maybe there's some sort of quiet disturbance that's going on that's making you feel some kind of way. I'm not sure. But you know what? We got the cards and let's figure out real quick. What kind of connection is number 2 involved in? What kind of connection is number 2 involved in? Let's get our 2 cards. I'm just going to go on and turn these over as I pluck them. 7 Star Sisters and Earth School. Okay. We're going to do 3 of the Lenormand. What kind of connection is this that number 2 is involved in? What kind of connection is this that number 2 is involved in? I'm trying to go by the pictures, fam, instead of what I know. There's a lot of water. There is a lot of water in this. I got it. I got it. Let me get one more. Please tell me what kind of connection is number 2 involved in. The imagery is really talking on this group. Okay, so let me start off by saying maybe some of you are pregnant. Or you just recently had a baby. Or you're trying for a baby. That could be why we have the well and why we have things stirring underneath. Okay, so let me start off by saying this. If you are pregnant, possibly pregnant, planning on getting pregnant, or just had a baby, your emotions are being stirred by this new life, okay? And they may be making it hard for you to understand what kind of connection this is. Also, it could be your partner that is being stirred by these new emotions that they're not used to. But that's not the biggest story I'm getting. I mean, because I have waters here, and I have an anchor here, and I have a lion here, and I have someone diving into the waters of earth. And this also says birthing creations. For some of you, this is a new connection. And all of a sudden, it's like the emotions are very, very deep. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about somebody love bombing you, making you feel these feelings because they have feelings and it makes you want to return it. These are genuine feelings that you are feeling all of a sudden. And you are feeling a depth of emotions. Okay, now if it isn't a new connection, even still there's a depth of emotions going on, but there is something new at hand. What else could the new thing be? Let me look at this. What else could the new thing be? Empty nesters. Some of you could be in the place in your relationship where it's always been you, your partner, and the children, and all of a sudden the children have left. And there are new emotions being stirred up and you're not quite sure. I do have someone being a little moody. It's definitely your partner. I definitely have your partner maybe being a little louder than usual. not necessarily more argumentative, but like in conversations actually getting a little louder. But what's interesting is that image is even placed on a true love card. So what kind of connection is this? This is a deep romance. Okay, this is the type of romantic relationship that teaches us lessons, that carries us to new heights, that takes us on voyages to faraway places, but also keeps us stable in the midst of storms. This connection is going through some sort of growth, whether it's a new connection or an older connection. There is some really big growth going on right now, and it is going to take some time and patience to learn how to balance yourself during these, changes. There needs to be a little more expression between the two of you. I kind of just get the feeling that this relationship is kind of fun, very romantic. And I also think maybe your person is really loud about things that they don't like, and they're not loud enough about the things that they enjoy with you. And I feel like right now you're in a place where you need to hear that. So my word of advice for group number 2 is going to be to make sure to tell your partner that you need them to be loud about what they like. You need them to be loud about what's going good in this relationship. If you do something that pleases them, you need them to be vocal and loud about it. Okay. But honestly, I see this connection as the type of connection that is a life mate connection. It doesn't necessarily mean the two of you will be together for the rest of your lives, but definitely for a lifetime. It's dreamy. It's fluid. But the water is so deep that it's not fluid in the way that it changes all the time, but there's a slight change going on between the two of you. But it's a solid relationship. It's a solid connection, and it's a loving connection, okay? So, talk it out a little more, all right? Express yourself. Make sure you tell your partner they need to express themselves, and, buckle up. Buckle up for the new lessons, all right? And learn how to kind of go with the flow, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this message, group number 2. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up down below. Feel free to comment, good and or bad. And let's get into our final group, which is group number 3. I'm going to put your card right here while I find the name of your Yi Ching card. Okay, so your card is going to be limitations. It is water above and lake below, which means rain falling down on the lake. So rain is really powerful. Rain can come down. It can continue to come down and continue to come down and continue to come down. Because although rain is water that is sucked up from the earth below, it's not necessarily water that is sucked up from the exact same place where it's dropped. So that's important to remember when we try to figure out what kind of connection is this. And when rain is coming down over a lake can only hold so much water before it overflows. This is a connection that absolutely needs some sort of attention immediately, okay? Because there is some form of expression that is going on in this connection that is literally making one or both of you feel like you're about to drown. Let's get a little more insight. What kind of connection is group number 3 involved in? What kind of connection is group number 3 involved in? What kind of connection is this? It's a little warm in my room today, fam. It's 71 degrees here in VA. Oh, a blue flame. Okay, and the weight of the world. There it is. All right. What kind of connection is this? What connection is this group 3 is involved in? Hmm. Hmm. Can I be real with y'all? Because I kind of feel like my group 3 are players. And I don't think you consider yourself a player. But that's how I'm seeing it at present. Let me get one more card. What kind of connection is this, group 3? Oh, yes. Look at all this fucking confusion. All the beautiful colors, but this goddamn confusion. There's a block. I'm blowing in on the skull through this way. What kind of connection is this? Okay, so we have the blue flame, which is spontaneous awakening, activation, or integration time. Okay, this is the type of connection that just sparks up out of nowhere. I think there have been talks of marriage also out of nowhere, either marriage or moving in together. But I think that you have other options that have come in all of a sudden. It's either that you have other options or you just have so many other things going on in your life that you can't quite make the decision as to if you want to move forward in this connection. And maybe that's why you're here. We have the weight of the world. Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Hold on. You know, I am still getting this another person involved. I want to say this. The other person that's involved, I don't think it's somebody new. I think the other person that's involved is an ex. It's really feeling like an ex that comes back in and, you know, they just start dumping on you. You know, oh, I really miss you. You know, oh, we had a really good thing. Do you really want to give up everything that we had, you know, together to move forward in this new connection? And it just feels like it's really confusing you. I'm going to be honest with you. The connection looks quite stable, but I can't be certain of that. Because what the cards are pointing to more so than what kind of connection this is that it's pointing to what kind of connection your last connection is not. I feel like maybe you came here to ask about a current connection, but the cards are pointing to a connection that happened prior to this connection that is causing confusion in this connection. This connection can't even really do what it's supposed to do because it's in danger of just spilling all out of the frames because there's a whole bunch of added extra rain, just a whole bunch of added extra nonsense, water, emotions, blah 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 blah, that someone is just dumping on you like rain, just dumping on you. What I can tell you is the previous connection, it's not a go. It's not a go. It's a done. Okay, it's not yours. That relationship is not yours. It is no longer yours. You should not be carrying it because it will cause you to sink. Once again, we have someone that is staying afloat in the water. And this card over here is talking about spilling over, you know, the boundaries of the lake, causing flooding or for people to drown. We talked about drowning in emotions or drowning in confusion. We have another drowning thing because we have an ice cube coming in straight into the skull. That old thing is no good. It's loud. It acts like it's serious, but it's not. It's childish. It just wants to win. So we have 5 of Cups at the top of this card, which is about letting things go that, we placed a lot of emotion and care into. And even feeling sad about it. And then you see Cupid, and Cupid just does what the fuck he wants to do just because that's what he wants to do, which is what lets me know that this other party that's interfering is really just there just to win. So what I'm going to tell you is I'm not quite sure what kind of connection it is that you have that's in this new connection. What I do know is that it seems like it's something that could be really solid. It seems like it's something that you've been asking for. It's something that could help you to grow and move into a more stable place emotionally. But the real answer is what was your last connection? And that was just fucking chaos. It was chaos, and it doesn't serve you, and it's not yours, and so it needs to be let go. Okay. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading, Group 3. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment down below, good and or bad. And that's going to conclude today's reading. I hope everyone enjoyed your readings. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you don't see me again before Valentine's Day, I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And I'll see you in the next reading. Love you guys. Bye.